It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got the Giants' creative quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Giants and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Well, we are in store for a great game today, everyone. Kate Scott and Brock Huard, along for the ride in this one. We love these kind of games, Brock, and that's because we got a pair of teams who both gotten off to good starts this season. They find themselves with winning records as we now work our way through the front half of this schedule.
Yeah, we try to be pros, and every game, right, is a big game, but when you have teams that have gotten off to these starts, we know these are both playoff caliber teams. They look that way right now. And this is also a measuring stick game, and a great one where you don't have the consequences of lose and go home. Just a wonderful test for you, for me, for the fans, and most importantly, for those guys on the field.
Five weeks come and gone already, and we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. His return starts at the 5, and in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game, and bringing them out an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Play action, Fields. He stays up. Completed over the middle. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Dexter Lawrence on the tackle.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down, and they go right back to it. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Bobby Okereke making that stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 40-yard line.
Fields out of the gun. Sheds off a rusher. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Well, after recording the sack, it looks like he is the one who's shaken up. We're going to get a stoppage here as he gets looked at. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Opening drive, about to break into field goal range. We got 1st and 10 at the 44. Shotgun snap to Fields. And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Fields looking to throw. Taken in by Shaheed. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Off play action, it's Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Couple sacks on the opening drive. You better get to fix-it mode in a hurry. And I'm talking about on the sidelines. I'm talking as a quarterback. You've got to solve this pass rush because we know one thing about guys in this league defensively. When they get a couple sacks, they can smell it, and they're going to raise the intensity to another level. Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Giants are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 48. That's him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's fascinating how those routes you run so many times in practice become a whole lot more difficult in the actual game. That was an important 3rd and short to convert. Very surprised to see that play fail.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense for their second drive of the game. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And carried by Harris here to start the drive. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. Good.
From the 24. Looking for a target. He'll step up, and there he goes. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now ahead of 3rd down. They send the tight end in motion. Fields on 3rd. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Giants football. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now it's 2nd down. They'll throw it. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Austin McNamara on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Steelers will take over possession. To get back on the field. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet, still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets, and we're on the sidelines and in the huddle. Gotta find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Now an inside handoff to Harris. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Now it's Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 36. Quick slant caught by Shaheed. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Complete right side to Washington. This is ahead for about 5. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 20-yard line.
Now Fields. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Flushed out of the pocket. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Steelers take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Najee Harris, the touchdown. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Caught by Theo Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw it on 1st down. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. They'll run it with Devin Singletary. He'll cobble together a yard there. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Back now, pressure on its way. The pressure's there, and it closes in on him. He's dropped for the sack, and that is what should bring us to the end of this opening quarter. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. And they will have to boot it away in a little bit. We've arrived at the end of our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. The Giants are set to punt. Rashid Shaheed back deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. The Steelers and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And he's already scored once this game, something he's made a bit of a habit of this season. As we see, he's among the league's best at finding that end zone. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Gets this one to Shaheed. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
At the 37-yard line.
Staying on the ground with Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Now 3rd and 5.
Fields throwing here. Completed here to Pickens. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Here we go. Right here.
They give to Harris from the gun. And this is down across the 30 before it's stopped. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Harris once more. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Fields to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Escapes the pocket, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take a 13-0 lead. It's a Justin Fields touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. Pocket isn't holding up. gonna drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupted.
They're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
So out now comes the punter. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. The return begins on their side of midfield. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Steelers have a short field in front of them as they take over. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Now it's Fields. That's going to be caught by Washington. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, give to Harris. He cuts it back right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Dicker connects there. And that will add to their score.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here, Kate. Nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
That's to his running back, Devin Singletary. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackling like his dad, Joey Porter Jr. making that play. It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Giants in possession. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. He'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Another punt coming up. Austin McNamara to again do the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Takes it in at the 26. And some nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This one returned for 11 yards. And it'll be their football. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Looking to throw Fields. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. To the line we go. They're set 1st and 10. Fields looking to throw. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. The Steelers calling their first timeout as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Fields to throw it. He's on the move. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Don't jump. Ready? Set.
Play action, Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Fields. He's up. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Fields out of the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.